Hi everyone, it's Diane, and I'm going to be making some ephemera with book pages, I hope. I'm working on these journals, and they are textbooks, vintage textbooks. So I want to make some ephemera with the pages that came out of these books. Unfortunately, I don't know what I did with these. I think I just had them here, but you know, it's typical me. They were just here, but now they're not. So these are from the geometry book, and these are from, what is this book? Science for Tomorrow's World. And then I have these from these are science books, the two books that I had just completed. So I have those pages to use too. So I just saw a video this morning while I was eating my breakfast from Pam, and her YouTube channel is The Paper Outpost. I will link her channel below because she has some lovely ideas and lovely journals, and she does have an Etsy shop. But I saw a video that she did using book pages, so I thought I would try that today. And I haven't tried one yet, so we're going to experiment together. So I'm going to try one of these pages here. I want some that are pretty much text and not pictures for this one. There's a lot of pictures in this book. Alright, we'll just take some. We'll do these. So look at this picture. I think I'm going to have to cut that out and make just a journaling booklet or something out of it. I'm just going to trim some off because the pages she used weren't this wide. But it doesn't really matter that she didn't give size. She actually did two different types of what I'm going to make, and she called them stackable pockets. Let me see. I'm folding two pages together, but they will be separated. Yeah, I can make it that wide. So, oh, yeah. Yep. Trying to remember what I'm doing here. I'm just folding this over, and then I'll fold this one over with an overlap. And I'm going to cut it. It's 9 inches, so I'm going to cut it at 3 inches, and I'll have 3 pockets. I'll actually have 6 because I'm cutting 2 pages. Now, she just did this with plain book pages with no pictures, but since my journal is a different style than her journal, these are going to work just fine. So now I have 6 pockets. You know what, I should have punched before I separated because these papers are a little thin, and sometimes punches don't like the thin papers. They chew them rather than punch them. That worked just fine. Yes, I have my air conditioner on again today. It's supposed to be cooler after today, though. I was working up here with just my little fan on, and I didn't realize how warm it had gotten. And I can't have my fan on when I'm videoing. Okay. Now, I think she punched through all the layers. Why didn't that work? Because I put the punch inside. I need to punch all the layers. I'm sorry. You don't have to, I suppose. Let's just make this video last as long as possible. Doing things the hard way. that punch, that hole is not centered, and I don't care. Okay, got that done. Rid of all these little scraps. Okay, now I'm going to stack these pockets and see how many I want in a stack. Let's say I'm going to put these in the book that I got them out of, which would be this one. Let's just see how many I can stack. I don't want it up too high. I guess I'll just do 4. And I have 2 more here, so I can, cut some more with another page. All right, next step. Gonna decide which one is gonna go on the bottom. I'll put this one on the bottom because it has a cute little picture on it. So then I'm going to add a little glue to seal the bottom. So that my glue is sealed. Shouldn't put the glue all the way over there. Now if you just had a plain book text, you could embellish that. So let's just seal up the rest of them. And if you go visit Pam's YouTube channel, tell her I sent you. She watches my videos and comments, and I want her to know that I have watched some of hers and that I like them. I mean, I commented on the video that I watched, but it would be nice if she knew that I was sending people her way. Then you can ink around the edges if you want to. I'm not going to because this is not a vintage journal. It's just a fun hodgepodge journal that I'm making, so I'm not doing any inking in it, but you can. And she didn't ink just with vintage photo or something like that. She inked with colors too on some of them. So now I will stack the pockets. So what she did was she glued partway down. Actually, if I ink a little bit, then it will distinguish it from the one behind it. Otherwise, they just blend in. I'm going to use blue since the colors on here are blue. That shows up better. Just gonna put some glue about halfway up, and she didn't glue at the bottom so that she could put a longer tag in there, but her pockets weren't so wide and there would be more of a danger of it slipping all the way down with this one because it's wider, I think. So I'm gonna put glue at the bottom. That way I can only put a tiny little tag in there. But that's okay. I mean, it can only be, it won't go down any further than right here, so it has to be kind of small, short. You know what I'm trying to say. And she said you can tie a ribbon or something at the top of the tag. That way it won't slip down in there. Oops. And then I would glue it to a page like that. You know what? I think, so that I don't put the tag back here instead of in here, I think I'm gonna glue right behind, right at the top too. She didn't do that. You could put extra tags in there, I suppose. I've done something similar with this where it was just pieces of cardstock and they weren't folded. It was just a piece of cardstock cut, so it's not doubled. You know what I'm saying? Now I want to make sure I can still get into those pockets. Gluey hands as usual. I had a Band-Aid on. It left a lot of sticky residue on my finger when I changed it because that Band-Aid was longer. My finger's getting better. I'll be able to wash the dishes today. Cut it with my seam ripper. Alright, I'm going to take this little metal ruler and just make sure that I can get into the pockets. Make sure I haven't glued anything shut. See, that was a little glued right there. And then I'll have to come up with some tags to stick in there. And then she embellished right here, which I might do a little bit. And she also did a little stamping, just a little flower here and there. I did bring over some little embellishments that I can add. I have this little bucket here that it's all my stacks, punched out stacks. So I could embellish with them. kind of just want to cover up that white square. I don't like it. Well, here's a square. Put that on there. And something smaller. I brought some words over. I'm trying to sort my ephemera and get it all organized so I can find what I want more easily, but I haven't completed it. But I did have a pile of words, so I just brought the pile over. And I also have a pile of vintage ads from vintage magazines. Thought maybe I could use some of them. But let's look at some of these words. How about marvelous? This just came out of a magazine. When you're going through magazines to cut out images or something, look for words, especially in the advertisements. Sometimes in the titles of articles, but a lot of times in advertisements you can take a phrase or a word out and it'll be something that I don't need this, I need this. Of course, that'll be covered when there's a tag in there anyway. I am going to use this for this one because it's just a little thicker and it has a staple. Just want to make sure it sticks. There's a little card right here. These just happen to be sitting on my table from ephemera that I pulled for the last journals. Well, I do have some little cards that will work. That's a really little pocket. And I didn't glue. Oh yeah, that's the part that's supposed to be glued. See, I'm trying to stick something where it doesn't belong. Alright, let's take care of this. I have to glue that closed. I don't try to stick stuff in there. Okay, now that will go in there, much nicer, but I want to make sure that glue is all dry. What else do I have here? And then I can put something taller in that one. Maybe not that tall. Is that the same? No, it's about the same. I'll find something. Alright, so let's try that with a page that doesn't have so many pictures on it. I'm going to cut this out right now. So I make sure I use it. It's cute too. So I have this math one. That one should work. It's got notes on it and everything. So this is a geometry book. These books were teachers' editions. So these are teachers' notes on here. is also 9 inches. You can make the pockets bigger or smaller, wider, narrower, whatever you have the inclination to do. I think we'll just stick with 4. And I'm not going to ink these. I think they're good enough. So, just have to seal them up. So this will be the bottom, because I'm going to seal the bottoms on all of them. Actually, no. I'm going to do it the way she did it. So this one will be the bottom, because I sealed the bottom. And on the others, I'm just going to seal the sides. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. No glue there. Glue here. If you're wondering why I'm putting it on both sides, it's because of the overlap. I want it to be so it's glued here and here, so there's not a loose flap of paper in there. Did it again. So for this, I'm going to glue about halfway up, and then I'm going to glue the top. I don't remember if she did that. So now if I put a tag in here, you can go down further and it sticks out here, but this will be glued to the page. and it's pretty snug in there, so it shouldn't slide. But if I wanted to, I could staple some fabric or ribbon or something. Okay, so we can decorate this one a little more. I think I'll put a word maybe at the bottom. Let's see what I have. I cut this out of a vintage book, and I don't know which side I wanted, because this side says very happy, but this side said got over it. Good advice to get over it. Nothing is striking me. I've got these little stickers that I made. It says vintage find. Vintage finds. Take a little scrap of paper and put it behind it. These books do have some vintage things in them. This is a sticker, but it's vintage, so it's probably not very sticky. It does have some stick to it, but I'm going to glue it for safety reasons, so it doesn't come off. I don't know, I like having all that textbook stuff there, so I don't want to add too many embellishments. It's upside down. I brought my binder of labels over. Oh, he's going sideways. So these are, I'm going to do a video on my embellishment organization once I get it done, but those little pockets are from Walmart, and they are business card pockets. Just put a little tag there. I think I can just use a glue stick here. It'll be less excess glue. Some of the binders are still downstairs because I was sorting them downstairs. I haven't done it for a few days, but they're still down there. So I figured I could go downstairs and get them, or I could just work with what I have, and I opted to work with what I have. This is a little stamp that I have, and I stamped it on some coffee dyed craft paper. And that's probably enough. If I want to add more, I can. So we have 2 pockets, and I can make more, but I kind of wanted to do something else too. So let's just look at the actual pages that we have to work with. This one, as I already said, I can fold that and make a little booklet out of it. I like the colors in it. So these are going to be just very, very simple. I'm going to just glue it to some coffee dyed paper and use it as a journaling card. I can sew some trim or tabs or something to it also if I want to. Oh, that kind of ruined it. But I'm going to use it. Actually, I can trim that section off. These are my scraps of coffee dyed paper. And that one almost fits. I could trim a little more off. So I'm just gonna stick it in the center, and then I will take it to my sewing machine and glue it or sew it after this video is over. So that'll be a little journaling card. That would be a good one because you can write on that. Let's see if it'll cut the paper this time. I can fold that to fit into a pocket, or if I have a really long pocket on one of these big journals, I could actually make it a little shorter too. This paper got really crumpled up. I like that one. You know I like round things, right? I like using circles, so I'm going to cut it out in the round. I'm gonna leave the little sticky outy things on there. You know what I should do? I should just stick it down to some coffee dyed paper before. It doesn't have to be coffee dyed paper. If I use that as a tuck spot, it doesn't matter what color the paper is. This is probably not big enough. Nope. Let's just use this. That way I won't have to fussy cut it twice. But that means I'll have to sew around it and not glue. Okay. Well, that's going to be hard, sewing around those little things. I'll glue the edges. I'll glue it all, darn it. Okay, that can be a really fun tuck spot in there. Boy, there'd be all kinds of fun stuff to make ephemera with in this book. Ooh, love that. Yeah, lots of fun stuff. Alright, let's take some of these pages, they're like the test pages. Remember, this is a teacher's edition. And just do some collaging on them. Don't have a lot of time left. These are just the pages from one book. Make them like a 3x5 card. That's right. That's right, they're 9 inches. Got a bunch there. Five inches. Oh, that's not going to work, so we'll just make them 3 inches by whatever they are. paper cutter didn't stay where I put it. Let's try this one. It looks like it was cut perfectly straight. So I'm thinking, instead of gluing it to something, that hopefully if I collage on one side, it'll make it strong enough that you can write on the other side. We'll see. See what happens. These are all numbers. I just like random numbers. I don't know why. These are just some images from magazines, and they're not vintage. Look at that, that's cool. Could cut a butterfly out. I'm not going to have a lot of time for this. I might be able to finish one, but maybe when I get a chance I will do another video of just collaging on some of these book pages. Maybe that will be tomorrow's video. Just from a Somerset magazine. They're all round things here. These are all stamped images. This is a binder that I haven't finished. Smile. It's a good reminder. You guys, if you could see the mess I'm working in, you would wonder how I get anything done. But one of my jobs today is to clean in here. Got my labels out again. Let's just start gluing stuff down. this. This is a vintage advertisement for giant asters. Shouldn't have put the 6 down yet. I'm not sure if that's done yet. I feel like it needs something else in that area. But maybe not, because I'm not finding it. Oh, I love that. It's not going to be for this one. I think it's going to stay the way it is. This one might have to go on this though. But that's for another video. I could make a bigger journaling card and put that on it. Okay, that's going to be it for this video, and I will be back again tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be able to do some more collage on these cards, and I hope that you will enjoy seeing it. Thanks for watching, and I will be back again. Bye-bye.